Hi. So now I'm going to talk about the different leadership styles that we discovered throughout the research and the articles that we read. So starting off, we've got transformational leadership. And what that is, that's pretty much somebody who is going to focus on the long term goals. And they're pretty much driven by the intrinsic needs of themselves and their employees. So that's somebody who's pretty much, they're going to try and identify what it is that needs to change to get better. They want valuable and positive change within the company. And they want to, part of why it's called transformational is they want to help other people pretty much develop the skills that are necessary to become leaders. So they're trying to help other people transform into leaders themselves. Next up, we've got transactional leadership. And what that is, that's somebody who's more focused on the proper exchange of resources. And so, what that is, that's pretty much somebody who's working more on a system of rewards and punishments. Um, they're pretty much working on the short term motivation of their employees. So, they're doing stuff like, on a task that needs to be completed, whoever does it first, you get to go home early for the day, or, we'll give you an additional 30 minutes on your lunch break. Stuff like that, little things to help motivate the employees, maybe get a little bit of competition, going to get to get stuff done faster. Next up, we've got passive avoidance leadership. And what that is pretty much that's more like a lack of leadership. That's somebody that doesn't really want to be the leader, kind of have it thrust upon them. Somebody who's going to try and avoid conflict at whatever cost that they can. They don't really set any clear goals or expectations for what they want out of their staff. Um, it's pretty much somebody who's going to ignore any problems that come up until they can't anymore. And then even then, they're not really going to want to take responsibility for it. If somebody presents a solution, they're going to be like, hey, you know what, go for it. Yeah, just do that, whatever works. They're not really trying to take responsibility for it or anything like that. Next up, we've got heroic leadership. And what that is, that's somebody who's under the realm of omnipotence. They're obviously not actually omnipotent, but they're trying to be everywhere at once. They want to juggle all of these tasks and, make sure that everything's going right. That's pretty much somebody who's going to try and, help people be better versions of themselves. They want everyone to do their best. They're focused on achieving the task at any cost, pretty much. And then next up, we've got post heroic leadership. And what that is, that's somebody who's going to focus more on empowering their team members and taking risks. So, that's somebody that's going to do a really good job there. They understand the group dynamics more so than they, are trying to have like a commanding personality and boss people around. There's someone that's going to realize like, oh, okay, so and so is really good at doing this task. We should have them do this job. They play people to their strengths, and they're going to put a team together in the best way possible to be the most effective. They're pretty much putting their trust in others to get the job done. And then next up, we've got authoritarian. And so what that is, that's just pretty much somebody who, that's a leader that's going to want all of the control in the situation. They're not going to really want to let other people make choices or, put in any ideas. They're going to want all of the control and the, not responsibility, but, they want to have all the glory for themselves pretty much. And then finally, we've got democratic leadership, and that's pretty much the opposite of authoritarian. That's where everyone pretty much has a say. Everyone's opinion is valued within the group, and the leader actually takes people's, words and takes them to heart. They want to make group decisions, do things as a team, and they're usually very flexible and willing to work with people on whatever tasks that they are trying to get done.